People going directly into, say, courses specializing in animation, courses specializing in rigging or specializing in modeling, means right from the without knowing animation, going into a very specialized course. Is that a right way, or one should go into probably liberal arts, history, geography, everything, even before thinking about animation?
It again depends on the course, the program. I would believe that if you are interested in rigging, where did that interest come from? You know, you trace it back. It's a bit of reverse engineering that you do. You trace back to the source of that interest, and you ask a question like, okay, why do I like rigging? It's because I think I like the internal mechanism of things and how they work. It starts from there, right? For anybody who likes rigging, so that is what interests them. They like to know how mathematically you can calculate the joints of a movement. Wonderful. Now, that specialization cannot happen if somebody is coming straight out of school and saying that I don't know anything about animation but I want to do rigging. He actually doesn't understand rigging but has probably read or seen or done a very little bit of understanding of what it means. So we need to find out, does he have an aesthetic sense? See, there are some things without which animation should not be given to anybody, any aspect of animation, be it writing, be it script writing, be it even only, I guess the only thing that probably can be given to somebody is programming a software so that it functions for a certain purpose, provided the programmer has an artist with him to tell what the artist needs to program. So it's that very defined, and there are a few things that anybody wanting to step into animation must have. One, understand that animation is not anything to do with movement. So as a lot of people think, animation has more of emotion in it than the word that begins with A, art. No, it's art in motion. So we first think of art and then we think of animation. So it is not a technique first, it is an aesthetic first. कैसा दिखता है? Why does it look beautiful? Why does this not look beautiful? What is appeal? Why does a painting of Picasso hold appeal? I look at a painting of Picasso and I can't make out anything out of it. Why? Why can't I make out something? Why can my friend make out what is the value in a Picasso painting? I look at somebody who takes a bucket of paint and throws it on a canvas and he calls it his art. And it is art, respected by a lot of people in the world, but I don't understand it. Fine. Have you bothered to read about this person, why he does so? Because art forms don't exist in isolation. They exist in a context. So what is that context? Have I bothered to find it out? So that quest for aesthetics and art is a must for anybody doing anything. I know a lot of people who can't draw. Yet they are animators, and animators of a very, very high standard, working in some of the best productions in the world. They can't draw. A lot of them can't draw. What happened? What went wrong? Nothing went wrong. It's a talent they don't have. It's a skill set they were too late to start into. They have started, couldn't match up. But what is in common with him and somebody else who is brilliant at that art form? Simple. He understands good art. He understands beauty. He understands aesthetics. He understands why a composition needs to have the structure of it that has been there. This is important. Number one thing, you must understand that animation is led and driven by art. Without that, no chance of it. Number one. Secondly, you have to understand that you are a storyteller. At the end of the day, you are telling a story. Do I like to read stories? Do I like to see stories? Do I like to listen to stories? Most importantly, can I tell stories? That comes in, very important. We have had situations where people directing shows, a lot of these outsourced programs, film shows, television shows, the director is complaining, saying that the emotion has not come out, the action is not doing justice to it. So what's going wrong? They say, ask them to refer to the story, understand the story. The animators who are working on it, ask them to understand the story first. The story demands a certain thing at this given juncture. I'm not getting it. The story will tell you what I need. No dope sheet can define that. You have to understand what is going on in that story. So story plays a very important role. The advantage of all these, a lot of people might think it is so demanding. The advantage of knowing all this while you're coming into animation is that you are widening your own opportunity canvas. When you discover that there are people like a lot of animation designers who I know from the highest of studios. One of those animators who happens to be a friend of mine, he says, he works for Pixar, and he says that, I started my career in animation. Like anybody else, I did my career, started after a lot of struggle, a lot of hard work. I got an admission into the college that I wanted. After 3 years of hard work, my portfolio got submitted. A note to all those who think you don't need a test for your entrance. This boy, at the age of 19, started. At the age of 22, he got an admission into the college that he wanted to, but he didn't give up. He worked on his portfolio harder and harder with support of his parents, and parents play a very important role. You're the guide, you're the mentors, you play a very important role. So it's important that the parents support their children in this venture, which was supported by this artist. And after he got in as an animator, he trained himself as an animator for more than 2 years, got into a profession, and realized that he was too impatient to wait for his animation drawings to become animated on screen. But he realized that he had grown another great desire to design characters because they were getting ready faster, and his patience limit